Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers make sneaky move on intriguing 6 feet 9 inches guard forward. The Los Angeles Lakers are coming off of a noteworthy NFL draft that saw them select Tennessee basketball star Dalton Knecht in the first round and USC basketball role player Bronny James in the second round. Meanwhile, the Lakers have continued to bolster their franchise talent pool with players that include plenty of promise and skills. The latest is 6'9", 200-pound guard forward Vincent Valerio Bowden, who signed with coach J.J. Redick's team according to a Wednesday update from NBA.com. Last season, Valerio Bowden played for the South Bay Lakers in the NBA's G League. Valerio Bowden averaged 6 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.3 assists and 1.2 blocks in 18.3 minutes of action on the basketball court. A 23-year-old prospect, Valerio Bowden has also spent time in the Hungarian A-League, averaging 5.9 points, 3.3 rebounds and 1.3 assists in 19.8. The Lakers forward also played for the team's 2024 Summer League outfit, appearing in 4 games averaging 4.5 points, 4 rebounds and 1.3 assists in 13.5 minutes. The Lakers' 2024-2025 roster is beginning to take shape, and that means that not everyone is going to make the final cut. The Lakers are known for adding stars via trade or the waiver wire at the last minute, which means that newcomers like Vincent Valerio Bowden could find themselves on the outside looking in. One example is Patrick Beverley, a former Lakers player who compared his overseas fanfare to LeBron James recently. Meanwhile, a former Laker is moving on to the Golden State Warriors. The Lakers' current roster candidates include several young players who are just now coming into their own. Among them are Max Christie, the ex-MSU Spartan who has great shooting range and has been working to improve his body over the years for the purposes of making it NBA ready. Jared Vanderbilt is a wild card because of his ability to hold position down low and play on the perimeter. He is a rebounding savant at times who can make life difficult on opposing guards and forwards. Knecht's outside shooting could be a perfect fit for the drive, slash and kick style of LeBron James, even as James advances toward his inevitable date with the 40-year-old Mark this December. Put it all together and it's easy to see why Vincent Valerio Bowden is in for the fight of his life this season to even make the Lakers roster. The Lakers also figure to carve out playing time for Bronny James Jr. in hopes of lighting a fire under the Lakers faithful and witnessing history made by the dynamic father-son duo. This kind of depth is a good problem to have for coach J.J. Redick, as the old saying goes, giving Los Angeles a chance to make a big splash and perhaps repeat as NBA Cup, formerly known as the in-season tournament, champions. Chicago Bulls agree deal with former Los Angeles Lakers guard. Nobody is expecting the Chicago Bulls to contend next season, as they are in full rebuild mode, having said goodbye to DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso over the offseason. It is believed that they would be interested in parting ways with Zach LaVine as well, and his name has done the rounds of the trade rumor mill constantly. Nothing substantial has materialized so far though. On the other hand, it looks like the Bulls are adding a former Los Angeles Lakers and Utah Jazz guard to their roster. According to Shams Charania on X, free agent Talen Horton-Tucker has agreed to a partially guaranteed deal with the Bulls. Horton-Tucker started his NBA career with the Lakers. In the 21-22 season, he averaged 10.0 points and 25.2 minutes per game for them, while starting 19 times. In 2022, Horton-Tucker was traded to Utah as part of the Patrick Beverley deal and spent the next 2 seasons playing for the Jazz. He put up similar numbers in Utah as well, and his development has plateaued over the past few seasons. Now, he finds himself with his third team at 23 years of age. Horton-Tucker could be an interesting addition to this Bulls roster and could prove to be a solid rotational player. He has the ability to play in both guard spots and is a capable scorer. Of course, there is plenty of room for improvement when it comes to the defensive side of his game and his three-point shooting, which was a career-best 33% last season. Three-time Lakers champion warns franchise off targeting Luka Doncic. The Los Angeles Lakers know that the LeBron James era has an expiration date. He is entering his age 39 season and will turn 40 before the end of the year. Therefore, it's wise for the Lakers to have a plan in place for when James eventually calls time on his career. Near the end of August, The Ringer's Kevin O'Connor reported that the Lakers were eyeing Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic as the next elite basketball player to don the purple and gold. O'Connor's comments came via an episode of The Ringer NBA show. "I've reported on this podcast and on The Ringer how they have their sights set for Luka in the future," O'Connor said during a recent episode of The Mismatch. "We'll see if that works out. Dallas just made a finals. Dallas is looking better than ever with their supporting cast. That may not work out, but the Lakers, by not trading their future picks, clearly are still thinking long-term at this point. They're not going all in like you might expect many teams to do with James. Doncic is undoubtedly one of the best players in the world. He would be guaranteed to improve the Lakers' rotation." Nevertheless, former champion Robert Horry has warned his former team to avoid adding the perennial MVP candidate, especially if they're forced to wait until the end of his current contract. "You got to think about this, Luka is going to be how old?" Horry said on a recent episode of the Big Shot Bob podcast. "He ain't the best defensive player now, and that's the Lakers' problem. You gotta have some athletic guys that can play some defense, and Luka, he can score with the best of them, but we also know you gotta take beers out of his hand because he ain't the one to stay in shape. He gonna be good, but he ain't gonna be what you need probably." Horry won 7 championships over the course of his NBA career. He's earned the right to voice his opinion and have it taken seriously. He may also have a point about Doncic's longevity at the top of the NBA. There are few players out there with as much natural talent as the Dallas Mavericks star, though. He oozes skill every time he touches the ball, and his presence ensures defenses are forced to make compromises elsewhere on the court. Whether the Lakers choose to target Doncic or another star, eventually, they will have to push their chips into the middle. James doesn't have long left in the NBA. However, for now, everybody will likely sit back and enjoy the ride as the Lakers try to get him his 5th, and what would likely be his final, championship ring. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Luka Doncic? Leave your opinion in the comments.